All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Welcome to everyone around the country who's tuned into our live stream. I hope everyone had a lovely long weekend. So we are back to a short week. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here. I'm going to be spending the next 45 minutes with you. We're going to go over our business, what the proposition, the business is all about, and afterwards you're welcome to come speak to me, ask me any questions that you might have. Okay? So let's begin. As you can see, DuePoint is a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a registered insurance company. We were founded in 1952. We listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. Constantia's building is actually down the road from us, so we don't share offices with them, but they're just here in Randburg. The financial services provider license number that we have is that one over there. That's very important, and you'll see all our licenses are on display in the foyer above the water cooler outside. You can find them on our website too. So it's very important that you find the business that we're going to be speaking about credible today. I don't want you to think we're one of those businesses. We're a very credible business. We're regulated by the Financial Services Board, and as I said, we're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange, and we have been around for a very long time. That's fairly important to know that this business has been around since 1952. Our executives and managers are these people up on screen. So the first three individuals are registered chartered accountants of South Africa, starting with Mr. Brendan Benfield. He's our head executive. He heads up this division. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance. And I guess it all started with his dad. His dad got into insurance straight out of school and has had a very successful career in insurance. So Brendan and his brother have been entrenched in insurance their entire lives. Dr. Brian Benfield, their father, founded the IFA, founded Clientele Life. They've started numerous businesses in South Africa and Europe. They've helped businesses in Australia, so they've got great financial pedigree. So we're very lucky to have Brendan heading up this division. Then we've got Tim and Stacey. They look after the financial requirements in our business, the boring stuff like accounting and auditing and all that stuff. It's fairly important, but I think it's boring. And that brings me to the non-accountants in the business. So Jane, you would have seen Jane in reception. She's got a lot of experience in network or referral marketing, and that's very important to our business because even though we're an insurance company, our growth in this particular division is based around our ability to work in the network marketing space. And Jane brings a lot of international experience because she's from the UK to our business. And then myself, I've been working in advertising for all my career, pretty much, over 20 years. I ran my own agency for about 15 of those years, and we worked primarily in the financial services market. So I've got a bit of experience in the financial services side, but that's our team. The staff of DuePoint, our mandate is to support everybody that joins us at DuePoint. So we want to see you profitable. We want to see you effective in this thing if you decide to join us and collaborate with us, because it's in our interests at the same time. We can only be successful as a business if the people collaborating with us are being effective. And so we support you in everything that you do here at DuePoint. So that's a bit of background on the business and on the people. Very briefly, we have to pay cognizance to the circumstance that we find ourselves in. I don't have to spend too much time here because I've got an audience of people here and watching us on YouTube that want something extra. You want something extra, you're prepared to do something extra to get that something extra, right? Because I think as average South Africans, we are tired of having to wait for the economy to suddenly change around so that our salaries can be the answer to our financial issues. Right? You cannot depend on salaries, you can't depend on employment, you can't depend on the economy anymore. We've come to that realization. So I don't want to preach to you, but the economy is in a dismal state. And it exacerbates itself. It gives you debt issues. It gives you issues when you get to retirement, when you have to look at what your pension looks like and have a dignified retirement one day. We want to change all these circumstances, and that's really what this business is about. It's about changing your circumstance, giving you control over your income for once so that you can make a change for your future. And so as a business, Constantia, we saw the opportunity a couple of years ago to create this division called DuePoint, and we launched this business. We call it the DuePoint system that we launched in 2016, February 2016. So we're just a little older than 2 years. And we've actually got aspirations in mind beyond just creating income. So you might be thinking, well, I'm at this presentation today because I want something extra, but we actually want to go beyond that. We want to give you something extra, but we also want to change the way you think about finance. And And one of the things what we want to change is we want people in this business to aspire to becoming debt-free as quickly as possible. Not just creating extra money, but actually paying your debt off as quickly as possible, because it's one of the crippling factors. Who wants to be wealthy? Right? It's not a trick question. Do you think you can become wealthy if you owe other people money constantly? Never, right? And so that's our first aspiration, is to get rid of this debt as quickly as possible. That empowers you to create wealth. We create wealth through the ownership of assets and investments that appreciate with time, hopefully. And ultimately, our third aspiration for people in this business is to be happier. Because I promise you, if you become wealthy, I think there's a good chance you're going to be happier than you are today, right? So those are the aspirations for the people in this business that we have. It's beyond just creating extra money. How does this business work? So the DuePoint system works like this. Our guests have the opportunity today to become wealth engineers. Right? So once you join DuePoint and you contract with us, we call you wealth engineers, because that's what we're tasked with doing, is creating wealth. And as wealth engineers, all you have to do, so the only thing you're tasked with is to go out and connect other people to this business. That's all we're asking you. Our online website, our online platform will facilitate the sale of products to those people that you introduce to us. And that's how this business works. As simple as that. The benefit for you is that you get to create additional income if you're successful in that process. The nature of the income is recurring. This is very important. This is the ability to make money while you're sleeping. Did you even know that was possible? It doesn't work at work. You can't go to your boss and say, listen, I was sleeping last night, please pay me for it. He'll kick you out, right? But insurance companies actually have this inherent benefit, this ability to make money. Well, my father calls it making money while you're sleeping, but it's actually recurring or passive income. It means that the work you do over here, call it May, the work you do in May doesn't only pay you at the end of May. It can carry on paying you in June, in July. It can carry on paying you 10 years down the line. That is recurring income. That is a very powerful benefit that you'd want to take. We have the power duplication. The system that we've built, the DuePoint system, allows for what we call leverage or power duplication. If you go out and find 10 effective people to help you build your channel of distribution, that is leverage, because you're going to benefit from that. It's like being the boss of the company instead of the employee, right? You have the ability to find as many people as you want to connect to this business. And in turn, your recurring income will keep increasing, right? So there's a lot of power behind these two benefits, recurring income, power duplication. Our business is flexi time. It means you can decide when you want to do the business. The technology that we've spent at DuePoint allows you to build this business, to build what we call your channel of distribution anywhere in South Africa at any time of the day. It can be 6 a.m., you can be in Pietermaritzburg, you can build the business. You can be in Springbok at midnight, you can build the business, right? So the business is flexi time. We don't have any startup capital requirements. We've designed the system to make it as low risk as possible. So we don't ask you for thousands of rands for starter kits or asking you to buy boxes of product to get started in this business. We've designed the business to have impact in the society, right? And longevity. We can't do that if we say to you, give us 5,000 rand to get started because you need to buy these boxes of product. So we make this business as low risk as possible. At the same time, we don't care about your qualifications or experience. Anyone can do this business, right? You get to build an asset. Now, for me, this is probably the most important point, because our proposition, my proposition to you is that I want your spare time. To build this business, to build this channel of distribution, I need your spare time. The time you're relaxing, the time you're not working, the time from weekends, in the morning before work, the time after work. That's the time that DuePoint needs from you. But know this, that the time that you invest in building your channel of distribution, you're building an asset that you have legal tender over. The channel of distribution that you're building, you have ownership over it. It means you can sell it one day. You might be in the position where you want to sell your business. You can sell it because it's paying out recurring income. It has intrinsic value. This business will carry on paying you beyond retirement. Who can afford to retire in South Africa at the age of 60 or 65? Maybe 2% of our population, right? The rest of us, we want to carry on working. But in this economy, where there's so few jobs, your employer can't wait for you to get to 60 because they want to retire you. right? This business will keep paying out beyond your 60s, into your 70s, into your 80s. This business will even keep paying once you're dead. Who would like to pass wealth on to their children? How many people do you think actually pass wealth on to their children? Very few. This business, because it's an asset, will get passed on to the next generation. You will leave your channel of distribution as an asset in your will. Maybe your kids will fight over it. So you must have a will to share it nicely with your children. If you don't like your children, sell it rather and then go on a nice holiday to Europe. Right? These are your options when you're building an asset that you have ownership over. So I think we should be happy to spend time building something that we own. We don't have any selling in our business, so this might confuse some of the people. We do this for regulatory reasons, right? You're not allowed to sell, you're not allowed to talk about our products, which is a great thing. People don't like to sell. People don't like to talk about insurance products of all things, right? Remember what I said? The one task that you have as wealth engineers is to just connect people to DuePoint. You are just connecting people to the business opportunity, the income earning opportunity that exists at DuePoint. You don't have to talk about the products. That's my job. I will talk about the products. Your job, connect people that want to make money to me so I can do my job. That's all you're going to be doing, right? The nature of our products, because they're financial in nature, means like we don't have boxes of product. There are no products here, or at least tangible products. We've got intangible products. No stock distribution issues, right? So the products in themselves are very convenient. Your success at DuePoint is going to be dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer, you take out one of our products, and you are going to start going out and connecting other people to DuePoint. If you are successful in that, and in this example, you're successful with 5 individuals that have now joined DuePoint, they've become wealth engineers, they've taken out one of our products, that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. From this point onwards, your channel will take on a life of its own, whether you like it or not, right? Because your channel will now start to grow organically, because these people that you introduced will go out and do the same thing. They also want to build up recurring income. They want to build an asset that they have ownership over. They will connect other people. You get to benefit out of the work that they're doing. That is the power of duplication. That is leverage, right? And after some time, this is what your channel could look like. And this isn't just theoretical. We've got hundreds of wealth engineers that have come into the business, started building a channel of distribution, for whatever reason decided to quit. But their channels are grown anyway. We showcased a couple of these people's businesses at our awards conference in February. We had one lady that she had so much success in the business in her first few months. And she built up this business. I think she was earning about 5,000 Rand a month, and then she walked away. For whatever reason, she walked away from the business, she left it. Her business now has 2,500 people in it. She walked away from it, right? Your channel will grow whether you like it or not in this business. Your task is to build a quality business. Anyone can build a channel, but to build a quality channel is important, because the more quality channel you build, the more sustainable your channel will be. My hope is for people in this business to build up a quality channel that they can depend on. It means they don't have to nurse the channel. If you build poor quality, if you want to put up a gazebo on the street corner and let anyone come join your business is going to grow, then collapse, grow, then collapse, grow, then collapse. But if you bring quality people in, people like your peers, that you can depend on, people that you think have the resources to thrive in a business like this, you will have a better quality business. It won't collapse all the time. It's a business you can depend on, right? So that's what a channel of distribution looks like. This is my warning slide, because people, what they do is they romanticize the notion of entrepreneurship. This is entrepreneurship, by the way, right? This is you starting your own business. It is entrepreneurship. People look at successful entrepreneurs like this. They don't realize to be a successful entrepreneur requires this. You see the lady's feet? To be a professional dancer, maybe 10,000 hours. It looks pretty on stage, but in real life, those are nasty toes. They've been broken, the toenails are coming off, you've got blisters, right? That's what business is all about. If you've had the luxury of trying to start your own company, you will know this. It is not easy. And so my warning to you is, don't romanticize notion of entrepreneurship. You might have a friend that's a successful entrepreneur. They've got a nice car, nice house, nice spouse. The dog is nice. Everything is nice, right? It requires a lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears. So you have to want it enough to change your circumstance. If you want to be successful in anything in life, it requires work. There's no way around it, right? This is our disclaimer slide. So we have 3 products. Like any other financial services business, we've got products. We've got 3. I'm going to go over them quickly with you. They are straightforward products. They are designed to be straightforward so that I can do an easy job of explaining them to you. So our first product is called Access Wealth. It is an investment product. It is going to cost you 324 Rand a month. By the way, you're free to choose one or all 3 products. So that's a personal decision, right? 324 Rand a month for Access Wealth, our investment product. 100 Rand will be invested into a tax-free investment fund in your name every single month, right? So that's the investment that grows. And then on top of that, we give you 120,000 Rand worth of personal accident cover with your investment. So that means you've got this investment. If you're killed in a car accident, for example, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in the investment. So it's a wonderful product, Access Wealth. It's our first product, 324 every month. The second product is called Wealth Guard. Now, Wealth Guard is only insurance. It's just an insurance product. It's going to cost you 249 Rand a month, and you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. That means if you're killed in a car accident, we pay out your beneficiaries 1 million Rand, right? You might be thinking, well, it's not funeral cover, it's not life insurance. It isn't. It's called what we call personal accident cover. It pays you out in the event of death through accident only, not for illness, not for natural causes. You might be thinking now, well, that's not a great product. The beauty of this product is that it's accessible to everybody over the age of 18. You can be 80 years old, diabetic with a heart problem. Do you think you're going to get insurance? No. I can give you Wealth Guard for the same price as a 20-year-old, right? That is the beauty of this product. It becomes accessible to everybody because we don't profile your health risk. All right, so that's Wealth Guard, 249 Rand, 1 million Rand accidental cover. And the third and last product is called Wealth Points. Wealth Points is 299 every month. What this product aims to do is save you money on the money you're spending every month anyway. So if you look at the providers that we've got here, these are companies that we've partnered with. We've gone to them and we've negotiated discounts with them for our Wealth Points members. So I bet you spend money with at least one of those partners if you look at that list. Maybe you spend money with 2 or 3 of them, right? Because we've got everything covered. We've got data partners, we've got groceries, we've got online retailers, we've got hotels, we've got restaurants, we've got health and beauty spas, car manufacturers. We've pretty much covered everything here. We are adding new partners to this business all the time. We've got a very exciting one that we're working on at the moment. I'm hoping in the next month or 2, we're going to announce it. Right? So we are always working on this product. It's ever evolving. If you're looking for immediate benefit, this is a great product to have. So those are the 3 products. If you have any questions on them, come speak to me. What separates us from other financial service providers is our business model. Our business model means that we don't do any marketing or advertising. Most insurance companies do a lot of marketing and advertising. That's where a lot of their budget goes to every single month, is advertising. At DuePoint, we don't do any advertising. We don't spend a cent on it. Instead, we rely on our wealth engineers to connect people to our business. And so we don't need to spend the billions that the insurance industry spends on marketing and advertising. We can take that portion of our budget and give it to our wealth engineers. And we give it to you in the form of our returns and our rewards program. Right? So let's talk about that. How do you earn money? How do you benefit at DuePoint? Let's talk about the money. So let's start with the returns program. The returns program is your ability to make that recurring income. This is the most important thing at DuePoint. How do I make recurring income every month? It's through this. We pay you a base return fee of 27.50 Rand for every product that ends up in your channel. So remember all those people I told you need to connect to me? If those people become wealth engineers and they take out one of our product, I pay you 27.50 Rand for every single product that they take out. If one person takes out 3 products, I pay you 3 times 27.50 Rand, right? So that's how it works. Remember the first 5 people you connected to DuePoint? It's just an example, but these people lie on your first point. Now you'll see we've got a table here. It tells you how much you earn actually in relation to where the product lies. On your first point, DuePoint pays you double 27.50 Rand. So we pay you 55 Rand for every product on your first point every single month. Remember, it's recurring income. Every single month we're going to be paying you. On your second point, so these people you don't typically know. Those people brought these people in, but I still pay you for that. And I pay you again 55 Rand for every product on your second point. And then as the product gets further away from you, you see the multiplier starts to get smaller and smaller, all the way down to the 8th point. Now you've got a channel that's 8 points deep. I'm paying you 4% of the 27 Rand 50, but what's important to note is I don't limit you at 0.8. That's why we've got a plus over there. I will carry on. DuePoint will carry on paying you 4% of the 27 Rand 50 from 0.8, in theory, into infinity. We got people, after 24 months, they've already got 30 points in their business. 30 points in 24 months, right? That's only 2 years in. Where are they going to be in 10 years' time or 20 years' time? They know they can keep building their channel of distribution. DuePoint's not going to limit the size of their channel, and we don't limit on how much money we're going to pay them, right? There are no year modes. There's no limitation to channel size or earnings at DuePoint. This is the mechanics of our returns. This is how we figure it out. Fairly straightforward. But people want to know, well, how much can you earn in a business like this? Right? Beyond the 55 Rand on first point, how much money do people earn? So what we did when we launched the business, we built a projection, what we thought would be a realistic projection for people in the business. It spans over 5 years. Does anyone have a 5-year plan currently? Well, I'm about to show you your 5-year plan, right? The 5-year plan that we're going to show you is based on a growth model. It assumes that in your first month, May, you can bring 3 people to us. Connect 3 people to us successfully. And then every month thereafter, you only have to connect 2. Once a month. 2 every single month, right? That doesn't sound too difficult, does it? So it's 3 May, 2 in June, 2 in July, 2 in August, 2 in September. And that's the work you're going to be doing. 2, and this is just an example. After 6 months of doing that, you could be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. Now, you might be disappointed by that, right? Anyone disappointed? Just frown at me. Just frown, say 2,500 is too little. I actually thought 2,500 was too little when I saw the example. But what I learned to appreciate over time was that I make the mistake constantly of thinking like a consumer. A consumer takes money, they look at the money, they go, what can I buy with it? Someone who's trying to build wealth looks at money and goes, how can I make the money work for me? Do you see the difference? How can I spend? How can I make the money work for me? I'm going to illustrate it to you. Here's someone with a 1 million Rand debt, a bond, right? They've gone to the bank because they wanted a nice house for 1 million Rand. They didn't have the money. The bank gave them the money in the form of a bond contract, and that bond is typically a 20-year agreement that says you will pay back the bank over 20 years. And that's based on the lending rate, right? So prime plus 2% is probably going to cost you, in this example, about 11,500 Rand a month. You're going to pay 11,500 Rand a month for 20 years to pay the bank back your 1 million Rand that you lent. Yeah? You remember Rob saying you have to pay your debt off faster if you want to create wealth, right? So you decide. You're earning 2,500 Rand. It's not a lot of money, right? How many groceries can you buy with 2,500 Rand? Maybe 1 pair of shoes, right? You decide to pay your debt off faster instead of spending the money. If you put that 2,500 Rand into your bond every month, it'll reduce your bond by nearly 50%. That 2,500 Rand only makes up about 20%, but it's going to reduce the bond from 20 years to 11.5 years. So you put in 20% extra, you nearly reduce by 50%. Do you see how that doesn't make sense? That is what compound interest does to you. It saves you nearly 1 million Rand in interest repayments to the bank. You want to save 1 million Rand? In this example, pay your debt off a little faster. At 12 months, you're suddenly earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month. That's in excess of 100,000 Rand a year. Anyone would like a 100,000 Rand check for Christmas? You just come to DuePoint's office and Jane writes out a 100,000 Rand check for you to take home for Christmas. Imagine that. And it doesn't happen once, it happens every year because it's recurring income. That's 12 months away. Where were we 12 months ago? Still crying, right? We need to make changes today so that we can enjoy the changes we made today in 12 months' time. We keep going. After 24 months, you're nearly 30,000 a month. That jumped up quickly, right? from 9,000 suddenly to nearly 30,000 at month 24. After 36 months, 3 years, you're nearly at 50,000 Rand a month. You keep going at 48 months, you're close to 70,000 a month. When is the number getting too big that you can't relate to it anymore? Never. Keep going. Okay, I'll keep going. 5 years from today, you could be earning about R1 million extra every year in recurring income. Imagine coming to our head office and we write out a R1 million check for you to take home. I'd show my friends the check before I cashed it. Right? I would Facebook that check. Then you've got to cash it quickly because they'll probably come try to steal it from you. But that's the 5-year plan that we have for wealth engineers. It's just an example. It's just an example. It's something academic or theory that we came up with. It's complicated. It's a complicated thing. It's not a simple process to come up with this projection. We have people that join this business that do less than the 3 + 2 every month, right? We've got people that don't even do anything. They join the business and they do 0. We've got people that do 3 + 2, so they're following this, and we've got people that do more than this. They want to grow faster. It is up to you to decide what you want out of this business. No one can tell you what to take from this business. You have to decide that. So we've got a couple of wealth engineers that we invite up onto stage every month that come tell their stories. They give their testimony so that I'm hoping you can relate to real people's experience of this business. Because I think that's more believable, right? So here's Len Gao, he's from Northwest. He joined 5 months ago. The value of his channel in the middle of this month was sitting at nearly 5,000 a month already. He did that in 5 months, right? So he's doing more than 3 + 2. He's brought 8 people into his business, but his business is sitting at 135 products. Do you see the power duplication? He brought in 8, and he's doing good business because it tells me here he's qualified 4 of the 8. That means he's brought in quality people who are working. So half the people he's brought in are working. That's a good sign. He's got 135 people in his channel, and we've already paid him 7,000 Rand to date. So he started at 0. He's already earned out of DuePoint 7,000 Rand. You can go watch his testimony on YouTube. Amazing testimony. This gentleman's only 22 years old. He already knows his 5-year plan. Here we got Sidwell. I think he's from my side of the world, Kempton Park. Where's the map? It's coming up now. He joined 10 months ago. The value of his channel sitting at also nearly 5,000 Rand a month. So you can see he's building a little slower than Len Gao, but he's earned a lot more because he's been in the business longer. He's earned nearly 16,000 already from DuePoint. He's got 8 first pointers, so 8 people that he's brought in, and his channel's sitting at 144 already, right? See the power duplication there? Then we've got Donnie. Donnie joined us the day we launched this business. So we knew a couple of networkers in South Africa. We decided to invite them to our launch. Donnie joined on the same day we launched the business. That was just more than 2 years ago. The value of his channel sitting at nearly 25,000 Rand a month. He's got 1,300 people in his business already, right? And he's brought in 94. He's got this leverage almost 10 to 1. Every one person he brings in, he gets 10, right? On average, he's doing just over 3 people every month. So does that sound onerous? If I say to you, you've got to bring, let's say, for example, I say to you, if you want to be part of this business, you've got to connect 4 people to my business every month. That's 1 person a week you've got to bring in. If you can do that, I'll pay you 25,000 Rand every month. You just do enough work to bring 1 person a week to my business, I'll pay you 25,000 a month. And you don't have to come to work. You can do work from where you live. You can wake up at any time in the morning. Right? Does that not sound like a great proposition? Right? So that's Donnie. All their videos are online, so go take a look at those. We've got thousands of people that join our business every month. Like I said, everybody is different. We've got people that do nothing. We've got people that do less than 2 a month. We've got people that do 2 a month. We've got people that do more than 2 a month. You decide what you want from the business, because you have to decide what you want first before you decide how much work needs to be done. If you say to me you want 10,000 in the first year, you've got to work. You've got to make sure 2 people are joining your business every month. If you want 20,000 by the end of the year, you've got to do double that work. You've got to make sure that 5 people are joining your business every month. Decide what you want first. Figure out how much work you have to do to get what you want, right? So this is our returns program. The decision always is how much time can you honestly give DuePoint? Because everybody wants, right? We all want. If I say I've got R1 million check every year, everyone's going to put their hand up for that. We've got to decide realistically, can I fit DuePoint into my life and how much? Maybe you only want $2,500 a month, right? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But decide what you want out of the business. Joining is very straightforward. Read our code of conduct. That's our contract with you. And then join DuePoint. Register as a wealth engineer. You can do that on our website. There's a big blue apply button on our homepage. You click that apply button, and it takes you about 7 minutes to go through the application form. And at the end of that, we send you a wealth engineer number. Say, congratulations, you're a wealth engineer. 7 minutes, right? You can start building your business. Now the work starts. Go watch our training. This will help you, right? It'll empower you. Knowledge is empowering. Go watch our training. Don't skim over the training. Try understand it. You can watch it multiple times. Set goals for yourself. So I've harped on about that. Set goals for yourselves. What do you want? Figure out how to get what you want. And the basic activity. The business of DuePoint is speaking to people. To connect people to this business, you have to speak to them. Right? A little bit of courage if you're shy. But you can get over that very quickly. Very quickly. And that's the simple task of just going out and speaking to people. We've got merchandise. Please consider getting business cards. This is the most important for me. This is not a profit center for us. We design these tools to make you guys better at building your channels. So the business cards, I think they're just over 600 Rand. You get 500 business cards. Professional business, the package of doing your business, you need business cards. You can't sit opposite somebody and not have business cards and tell them you're in business. Right? Just doesn't go. So make sure you get the business cards. We've got USB sticks. A lot of people get these because our videos are all on here. So if you don't want to use the internet or data, get the USB sticks. The pins represent people earning money. If you look around the room, people with a pin on their lapel, that's proof that they're earning money. You can only buy one of those pins once you're earning at DuePoint. It means you know what you're doing, right? And then we've got a host of other merchandise in the cabinet outside, and pricing is on the counter. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll tell you every time that camera goes live. Every time we put a video up, it'll tell you. But you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Download the mobile app. That's probably the most important thing, is that once you become a wealth engineer, you take your smartphone, go to Play Store or to the App Store, download the DuePoint app, because the DuePoint app will tell you everything that's happening in your business. Everything, back to front, in real time. We've got a new notification feature on our app. So this is what the app looks like when you load it up. We've got this new little pink circle that appears there telling you you've got a message. If you click on that, it says notices. And if you click on notices, the message comes up. You can have multiple messages. You just click on the X to close them. But it'll tell you every day what the live stream link is. It'll tell you any incentives that we're running, any communication from head office. So that's the latest development on the app. Now, the incentives that we're running. So, if you're a wealth engineer, you would have got an email yesterday, very early in the morning, because yesterday was the first day of the month. And on the first day of every month, we've got a new incentive for all our wealth engineers. It is a bonus, an extra on top of the work you're going to be doing, right? And every time we do one of these, it's a challenge, and a different challenge. So on the 1st of May, this is the new challenge. So for the month of May, we challenge you to rank up in our XP Rewards program. So I'm going to go over the XP Rewards program shortly. If you can go from rank 0 to 2, or 1 to 3, or 2 to 3, you get to enjoy the reward of 10,000 Rand extra on top of your recurring income by the end of May. So you guys are watching this at the best time, because you've got the whole of May to make sure that you rank up to rank 2 as quickly as possible. I'm going to show you the ranks shortly. For our rank 5s and above, our rank 4s and above, we've got another challenge called the 90-day challenge. So this was a long challenge that we put out. It was over 3 months, where we challenged our more experienced wealth engineers to find 5 people and help them get to rank 2, right? And if they could do that in 3 months, extra 25,000 Rand waiting for them, on top of the recurring income, right? So these are the 2 incentives that we're running at the moment, just to accelerate your businesses. So let's talk about the XP Rewards program. So this month's challenge is to rank up in the XP Rewards program. Right? So the XP Rewards program works like this. When you're a wealth engineer, you're going to be earning something called XP, whether you like it or not. We give you XP for logging into the mobile app, coming to presentations, doing home presentations, bringing guests with you. There's tons of things that earns you XP, right? It stands for experience points. And when you start collecting more and more of this XP, we give you rewards along the way, right? As your business starts to grow. So if you become a wealth engineer today, you will be a rank 0 wealth engineer. But you can get to rank 1 very quickly, because all you need is 1,000 experience points. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. And when you meet those 2 criteria, you become rank 1, and we give you an extra 55 Rand at the end of the month, once off, right? So the quest, the wealth quest this month is rank up twice. You've got to rank up twice in May as a brand new wealth engineer. So you've got to go, if you want that 10,000 Rand, you've got to go from 0 to 2 this month, before the end of the month. Right? So everyone needs to be charging for that 10,000 Rand, right? You don't get free money all the time. You need 2,000 XP. This is easy. You can get 1,000 XP in 5 minutes. 2,000 XP shouldn't be hard, but you need 20 products in your qualified channel. You can either find 20 people and connect 20 people, or you can find 10 people and get them to take out 2 products. That's the same as 20 products, right? But if you need to find 20 people this month. 10,000 Rand depends on it, right? And so, as your XP starts to increase and your channel starts to get bigger, the rewards get bigger, right? Starts a little, 55 Rand, but there's a 20,000 Rand check waiting for you, a 50,000 Rand check. We give tools to our wealth engineers to help them build their channels faster. At rank 5, we give you these fancy USB sticks with all our videos on there, and that little device can plug into anything. So you can show people regardless of what device is around. Whether you've got an iPad or a laptop or an Android phone or a TV, you can plug it into anything. At rank 7, I buy you very special business cards. Very special business cards. Go look at them. They're in the merchandise cabinet. They cost us 12,500 Rand for one set of cards to get made, because they are gilded in gold. The logo is done in gold. There's no ink on these cards, and they're 4 times thicker than a normal business card. Why? Because I know when you're sitting across the table from somebody and you put down a 12,500 Rand business card on the table, it is going to make a greater impression than any other business card being put on that table. Right? Those people will now listen to what you have to say when you speak about DuePoint. At rank 9, DuePoint invites you on our Rank 9 International Conference. When you get to Rank 9, you will enjoy our Rank 9 conference every single year. Not only you, but your spouse and your 2 favorite children. Every year, we will fly them business class to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, all expenses paid trip, not once, every single year for the rest of your life. You will only know what business class traveling is all about. Right? So we documented our last trip was in December. Our next trip is this coming December. We've booked out business class already to Mauritius. We've booked out the resort. You need to decide what you're doing in the next 8 months. 8 months, you've got to be one of the fastest growing wealth engineers to get to rank 9 in 8 months. Typically, you need about 2.5 years to get to rank 9. But the beautiful thing about our XP Rewards program is we don't reset you to 0. If you are working in this business, every day you are going to be closer to rank 9. If you miss this one, you're going to be going to the next one. If you miss the next one, hopefully you're coming to the next one. Right? So take a look at what we do on rank 9. This is what we did this December. This is the resort we went to and the wealth engineers that joined us. Now what is going on? Hey. So that's our rank 9 trip that we do every single year. One gentleman did it in 5 months. He sat down, watched the presentation for the first time in his life. 5 months later, he was rank 9. Right? So it can be done, but the decision is yours. How quickly do you want to do this business? At rank 11, we spend R250,000 buying a brand new car and giving it to our wealth engineer. Anyone want a brand new car in a couple of years' time? It's nice to drive a car that someone else is paying for, right? We're all nodding, but you don't know what it feels like. So that's on offer. This is our XP Rewards program. We are at rank 11. The program goes up to rank 28. So don't think when you're on the holiday and you've got the free car, you've arrived. We're only getting started at DuePoint, right? There's still another 17 ranks to go. There's a lot more waiting for you at DuePoint than you think. So what is the decision we need to make? We need to decide if 2018 is going to be a year like every other year. No chance. No chance. Not if I can have anything to do with it. My hope is that you will make 2018 a year that stands apart from all the other years. When your kids go, that's the year we started traveling business class. You know they offer the kids champagne in business class. That's what I want. For my children, that's what I want. And I want the same thing for wealth engineers in this business, because I know that it's possible for every single person sitting in this room. You just have to want it. I can't make you want it. It is all on the table. Recurring income, 10,000 Rand this month, 25,000 Rand a month for the rank 4s and above. Rank 9 every single year, right? When you get to rank 14, there's another trip. At rank 14, then you're going to be taking 2 trips every year, business class. You won't be able to go on holiday anymore, right? You'll have to tell the HR manager, I'm using all my holiday business class trips twice a year, sorry. Wouldn't that be great? So I invite you to join us at DuePoint. Remember that we will support you in this endeavor the whole way. We will collaborate together. This is a business that works together. We're not fighting each other like at work for retrenchment. You hear that retrenchment word? We're all fighting with each other, right? So I invite you, if you have any questions, come speak to me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Make May count. There's big money on May. 10,000 Rand, right? Go do it. It's only 20 people that you have to introduce to the business. Good luck. Speak to me if you need any questions answered. Thanks so much.